The delicate voice of the little girl barely broke through the sounds of clinking silverware and laughter that filled the lavish outdoor restaurant. Clad in tattered, soiled clothes and carrying an old plastic bag over her shoulder, she stood shivering beside a billionaire's table, her hungry eyes revealing a long-forgotten memory of a full meal. Customers shifted uncomfortably, anticipating that security would soon escort her away. Yet, an unforgettable moment was about to unfold. Jonathan Hayes, a name synonymous with wealth in the city, was seated at that table. His success was celebrated in newspapers and praised on television, where his billion-dollar ventures were highlighted. However, behind his tailored suits and opulent lifestyle lay a profound loneliness. Since his wife's passing years ago, he often dined alone, surrounded by admirers of his fortune but devoid of genuine connections. That day was no exception. He sat quietly at a beautifully set table while waiters served extravagant dishes, far too expensive for most families to afford in a week. Despite the lavish surroundings, the food felt hollow to him. Meanwhile, 14-year-old Emily wandered through the crowded streets, her stomach empty since the previous morning. An abusive foster home had driven her away after losing her parents years earlier. Since that escape, she fought daily against hunger, cold nights, and the indifference of passers-by who overlooked her existence. She scavenged for empty bottles, rummaged through trash, and sought shelter wherever she could find it. Hunger became her constant companion, dulling her memory of what it meant to be full. As she approached the restaurant, the enticing aroma of fresh bread and roasted meat enveloped her senses. Her feet hesitated and her gaze fell upon Jonathan's table, where half-eaten plates remained untouched. Her pride urged her to move on, but the instinct to survive overpowered her. Summoning what little courage she had left, Emily approached him, her hands trembling as she asked if she could have his leftovers once he was done. The restaurant fell silent, with several diners reacting in disgust. A waiter rushed forward, ready to remove her before she could embarrass the affluent guests. However, Jonathan raised his hand to halt the waiter. For several tense seconds, he locked eyes with Emily, seeing in her weary gaze a reflection of someone he once cherished, his younger sister, who had dedicated her life to helping those in need before succumbing to cancer. She had always taught him that true wealth lies in the lives one touches, not in monetary success. Those forgotten words resonated deeply within him. Rather than dismissing Emily, Jonathan stood up and requested the waiter to bring out a freshly prepared meal, not just leftovers but a warm dish served with respect. The staff, taken aback, complied. Emily could scarcely believe her eyes as tears streamed down her grimy cheeks when a steaming plate was gently set before her. She began to eat slowly, cautious that someone might snatch it away. Jonathan remained nearby, silently watching as the fear in her eyes transformed into relief. Over the next hour, he learned about Emily's difficult life. She shared stories of cold nights spent under bridges, endless rejection, and the pervasive loneliness that shadowed her. She never sought pity or money. All she wanted was enough food to survive another night. As he listened, Jonathan realized something that countless business meetings had never taught him. His financial success filled his bank accounts but left an unfillable void in his heart. That evening, he didn't return Emily to the streets. Instead, he contacted a trustworthy children's support organization, ensuring her immediate safety. He also established a scholarship and housing foundation to help homeless children rebuild their lives. Within months, hundreds of young people who had once been overlooked found safe homes, education, and hope, all because one brave girl dared to ask a simple question. Emily's life began to change. She returned to school, discovered a remarkable talent for painting, and started creating stunning artwork inspired by dreams she had almost forgotten. Years later, during the grand opening of Jonathan's largest community center, Emily stood confidently beside him, expressing her gratitude for recognizing her humanity when others only saw a homeless child. Jonathan often remarked that people thought he had saved Emily that day, but the truth was quite the opposite. Emily had saved him from a life where wealth had overshadowed compassion. Her bravery reminded him that the most valuable investments are those made in people, not in corporations or structures. Before we conclude this story, we invite you to share your thoughts. Please leave a comment with the word kindness if you believe that even the smallest act of compassion can profoundly impact someone's life. If this narrative moved you, remember that everyone you encounter may be fighting a battle you cannot see. A smile, a meal, a kind word, or simply treating someone with dignity can be the turning point in another's story. Sometimes, the question that has the power to change the world is as simple as, "Can I eat your leftovers?" If this tale inspired you, please like this video, share it with your loved ones, leave your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe to our channel for more heartfelt stories that remind us of our shared humanity. Your support truly makes a difference.